Hi everybody, welcome to Caketastic Cakes. It's Jen, and I was going to show you guys how I made the candied orange slices and the candied cranberries from my orange and cranberry pound cake video. I thought it was kind of fun to do, and it came out really cute, so yeah, I figured why not, right? Okay, so it starts with simple syrup. It's pretty much going to be the only thing you need. You're going to need sugar, water, and oranges and cranberries. That's it. So I added a half a cup of water to my pot on the stove there. The flame is on. Add a half a cup of sugar to it. Stir the two together and just keep the heat on. Keep stirring here and there until the sugar completely dissolves. It doesn't take long at all because this is only a small amount that you're going to end up making. This is going to be for the cranberries, by the way. And for the cranberries, I just went to the grocery store and got a bag of fresh cranberries or, ocean spray cranberries in the produce section. These are not frozen. So after a little bit, literally just a couple minutes, you can see the sugar is all dissolved. Look at that. Nothing left. Look how nice and clear. Ah, pretty, right? Okay, let it cool. Just let it sit for a few minutes and cool. Toss your cranberries into it. Stir them around so they get nice and covered. And you can add as many to the simple syrup as you want. As long as there's enough simple syrup to put a little bit of a layer over top of all of them, that's all you need. So I have my well-used and well-loved cookie sheet right there that I put a piece of parchment paper in. And I'm going to just use a fork again, give your cranberries a little bit more of a toss around, stir them around, make sure they're well coated. I'm going to use a fork and just kind of scoop them out carefully and place them on the parchment paper so that they're not touching each other. You want to space them out so that they are going to dry, and when they dry, they become kind of sticky. Actually, they totally become sticky, not kind of sticky. They become sticky, and you don't want them necessarily stuck to each other. You want them to stick to the sugar. You see how this is going to work out? A little foreshadowing there. So I, again, just spread them out, put them aside on the counter. You don't have to do anything else. Let them sit for an hour. That's enough time. After the hour is up, I got a spoon. I had a little bit from my sugar bowl there, so there's a little bit of sugar on that. And I just stirred them around with each other on the parchment paper. Some of the simple syrup kind of like evaporated or didn't stick to all of the berry, and by mixing them around again, it redistributes it, so they're going to be covered evenly. I just take spoonfuls of sugar, sprinkle it over top, stir them around a little bit, and that's it. Yeah, that's it. And then you're going to just put the tray aside again. And again, just let it sit and dry completely. These guys, once they have the sugar on them, they're not going to take long to completely dry. You can see already they're rolling around nice and loose. And they're so pretty. Like, they're really very festive. I feel like they're more Christmassy, but I don't know. Cranberries are very autumnal as well as Christmassy, I guess. Now, getting onto the candied oranges. Slightly more involved, but it's still very simple. It's just kind of a long process for these guys, I gotta say. All right, you're going to start with some oranges, however many orange slices you want. I ended up using 2 oranges. I'm going to just show you cutting up one because I'm just cutting slices of orange. That's it. There you go. You don't want them to be too thick, but you don't want them to be too thin either. So like 2 or 3 centimeters is like a really good width. I, of course, am not measuring. I'm just doing the best I can. Also, the idea with these is you're going to eat everything. So you end up eating the skin and the rind as well as the pulp in the center. So you want to get, a really sweet, good quality orange. I was trying this for the first time just for the heck of it and used the oranges my son brought home from his school lunch that he didn't eat. And, school lunches ain't the best quality. So, yeah, consider that. All right, I've got 2 saucepans here. I added 1 cup of water to the small one. And I'm going to add 2 cups of water to the large one. That's just a half cup scooper thing I'm using right there. So there you go. There's my 2 cups in the one, 1 cup in the other. Now to the one, I'm going to add 2 cups of sugar. The large pot now has 2 cups of water, 2 cups of sugar. That's going to be simple syrup. The small pot with just 1 cup of water, we're only going to heat it up. There's nothing else you're going to add to it. So yes, I ran out of sugar. I had to add a little more there. Okay. This is just a bowl of cold water. You're going to add ice to it. So the idea is you're going to boil your orange slices in the small pot of water for 2 minutes. You're going to quickly transfer them into the ice bath to stop the cooking process as far as that goes. And then you're going to put them into the bigger pot of simple syrup and simmer those for an hour, all right? So like I said, not hard, just kind of a long process. Now I've got the flames going under my pots there. My ice bath is nice and safe from the heat. The one simple syrup pot, it took a few more minutes than the other one that for the cranberries, but it did eventually dissolve. Okay, so the small pot is boiling, as you can see. I'm adding some orange slices there. I'm going to leave them in there and let them boil for 2 minutes. Again, this is to help remove some of the bitterness from the pith and the rind and everything else. Once your 2 minutes is up, I'm using my awesome kitchen jig there, which I love, love, love. Or if you have a slotted spoon, whatever, tongs, whatever. Get them out of your boiling water. Put them into your ice bath, swoosh them around a little bit just for a moment. It doesn't take long at all, just to stop the cooking process. And after a moment, you're going to just take them out of the ice bath and then into the simple syrup. See, it's kind of simmering in the back there. Okay, so once you get them all transferred in, set your timer for 15 minutes. And in 15 minutes, you're going to come back and give them a little bit of a stir, rearrange them so that everything is getting well saturated, well cooked, lots of simple syrup everywhere. I'm just kind of like dunking them, moving them around a little bit. You're going to do it 4 times. So after an hour, you're going to get your cooling rack there, put a big cookie sheet underneath of it or whatever you got, as long as you don't mind syrup dripping all over your counter. And then you're going to take your orange slices out of your boiling simple syrup or simmering simple syrup, and lay them on the cookie sheet to dry. Make sure you space them out so that they're not touching each other. And again, you're going to leave these guys now for about a day, so like 24 hours, not in the refrigerator or anything. Just leave them on the counter. You see how they kind of set up now? They're sticky, definitely sticky, and they stuck to the cookie sheet a little bit, or the cooling rack a little bit. However, it made the sugar stick to them just perfectly. So I'm just giving them all a nice little coating, whatever you need to do to make sure that they're well sugared. You don't actually have to go through the sugaring step either if you get a good quality orange, like not school oranges, then they should be sweet enough. However, if you feel like me and there's no such thing as too much sugar, go for it. Sugar them up. And this is just regular old white granulated sugar too, so there's nothing special about it. Just sugar. Can't go wrong with more sugar. Okay. So after your 24 hours, after they're all sugared, after your cranberries have had another hour or so to dry, or the rest of the way, you put them all together and you've got a very tasty, sweet, easy snack that you can garnish. You could give as a decoration. You could decorate your cake like I did. There you go. So I hope you found this video helpful. Please like and subscribe because it really does help me out. I've got a lot of other videos out there, so please take a look, as well as my orange cranberry pound cake that these went on to. And as always, thank you for watching Caketastic Cakes.